Just joined us is still journalist hangout. I still have GKB right here with me in the studio, and we have BKO in our Abuja studios. All right, moving straight to our next conversation. Security cooperation between Nigeria and its international partners is gaining traction as the country intensifies efforts to address evolving security threats. This was evident at the State House, Abuja, when President Bola Tinubu received a high-level delegation from the United States Africa Command, Africom, led by its commander, General Dagvin Anderson. The President Tinubu, alongside the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and the service chiefs, received General Anderson, members of his team, and the charge d'affaires of the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria, Keith Hafen. All right, GKB, I mean, this meeting between Nigeria, the President, and members of Africa, but what's this meeting about? And also, tell me about its significance.
Well, the Africom, as you're aware, is basically the U.S. standing army within the African continent, basically to protect American interests whenever they may arise. And you and I know that this is happening because less than a month ago, there were strikes in Zamfara and some areas in the north, Sokoto, just to show you that. And then a few days ago, some military equipment were brought to the country, basically. So this meeting is in continuation of that. Okay. There's already a cooperation. We've seen effects of that cooperation. So what we're now seeing is the formalization of that partnership going forward. Because it's one thing for you to have a relationship. It's another thing to have a partnership. It's no longer covert. It's now overt. Everybody can see the Nigerian government is cooperating and in partnership with the African Command of the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a good visual. It's a very good optics, really. Because it goes to show that we are not pretending that we have all the answers.
And we mean business.
That we need to do.
Absolutely. I mean, BKO, GKB has talked to me about what this meeting is about and also its significance. But talk to me about the outcomes. What measurable outcomes should Nigerians expect, you know, from this renewed engagement between Nigeria and Africa?
Late in January, General Brennan, the Deputy Commander of the U.S. Africa Command, was in Nigeria to meet with our military chiefs to deepen the collaboration between Nigeria and the United States on this matter of defeating terror in our country. Now, General Dagvin Anderson, the commander of the U.S. Africom and senior foreign advisor and other top people, have also met with the president, as well as our service chiefs and the national security advisor. What this points to is that the U.S. is determined to help us defeat terror. Since we have proved incompetent at defeating terror on our own, because rather than defeat terror, some of us would rather politicize it. Oh, why did they drop bomb in Sokoto? Sokoto is peaceful. Absolute falsehood. Sokoto has not been peaceful in the last 20 years. Banditry is rampant in Sokoto in at least 10 of the local governments. Banditry is rampant. The Lakurawas, they are active in Sokoto. Bello Tuji has cells inside Sokoto. He operates in Zamfara. He operates in Sokoto. He operates even in Katsina. So how can anybody, Sokoto, where a whole district head was murdered by bandits, somebody will say Sokoto is peaceful. Now, the Americans are ready to help us because they know that with their help, we can win this war. Iraq invaded Kuwait and went on to annex Kuwait. George Walker Bush said, nonsense, I will not allow this to happen. They invaded Kuwait, they invaded Iraq and liberated Kuwait, led by General Norman Schwarzkopf, who fooled the Iraqi forces, the Iraqi Republican Guard, who had thought that it was an amphibious assault that would be launched off the coast of Kuwait City. But they launched a three-pronged attack, and they came into Kuwait from different points. Kuwait was liberated. Nigeria can be liberated from the hands of bandits who are killing our people for fun, who are wiping out our people as if they are flies. I know that there are many people who would want the insecurity to continue so that they can say, yes, we told you that this is an incompetent government. But the government is reaching out to partners to find a way to defeat insecurity. And Donald Trump, who helped our late president, former president, Muhammadu Buhari, at that time, by providing him with 2 Kano jets, is also helping this administration. We said if we needed help, we would not be ashamed to call for help. Now the Americans are prepared to help. That's why you've seen now that they've come down to this country, a country where more than close to 200 people can be killed in one day, when there is not a full-blown war going on. So since these non-state actors have declared war on our country, we reserve the right to bring in those who can help us to win the war. Good Lord Jonathan brought in Chadian troops onto Nigerian soil in Borno State, and we were able to liberate some of the local governments that were in the hands of Boko Haram. Chadian troops paid with their blood. They liberated our people in those local governments. The Americans are here, but they will not take, his people talk about sovereignty. The Americans will not launch any attack without the active support of Nigerian armed forces on ground. It is our forces that will even provide some of the intelligence that they need. They've done a lot of reconnaissance work in the Tumbus of Borno State. It is now time to begin to drop bombs on the heads of those good-for-nothing boys who will never listen to entreaties that they should stop killing our people. America will not drop any bomb without the knowledge of Nigeria. So people should banish the talk about sovereignty.
Yes.
The Lakurawas came all the way from Mali to come and kill our people here. What is the respect for sovereignty there? People don't talk about that one. So they will attack, but only after they've received clearance from our president. The last attack in Sokoto, our president gave the go-ahead before they launched those Tomahawk cruise missiles. So let's stop talking about sovereignty. Somebody has come to help. The same way Nigeria helped Angola to stabilize their country. The same way Nigeria helped in Lebanon at the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, UNIFIL. My own uncle, Joseph Oluyori, was involved in that fight. He could have lost his life back then. The same way Nigerian troops paid with their lives to liberate Sierra Leone, Liberia, Another country has offered to help Nigeria. There is no reason to politicize it, except if you are an enemy of our country. We want to defeat these people.
Okay.
And in my time, banditry, terrorism will be defeated in Nigeria because Sri Lanka did it.
Yeah,
Algeria did it. Egypt did it in East Sinai. So it can happen here too. That is our wish.
Absolutely.